Any other questions?
I don't have any further questions.
Yes.
All right, I think we now have time.
Okay.
I hope. Okay, what's next? Is there anything else on our agenda for that? Audit update. Hi, friends.
Hi.
Hi.
Here is our post-interim fieldwork memorandum for our interim audit. So as most of you know, they have started splitting our audit process into two parts, an interim process and then the final process. And I had a meeting in July. I apologize for coming in on my month off, but it's what the auditors needed. It was only like an hour. So
I bet it was just that one time.
Oh, yeah.
Just, I bet it was just that one
Just that one
time.
We'd like to thank you and your staff for the time and effort putting the beginning of this year's audit process started. The summary provides a timeline for the audit, list of your preliminary findings. And so there were 1, 2, 3, 4 exit comments. As a reminder, I've noted this out in the past few years, there's levels of findings. Material weakness is the worst. Significant deficiency is the second worst. Then it goes on to best practice and exit comment, which are basically fine, like, okay, here's some suggestions. Like, you guys, here's, they never want to say everything's perfect. There's always want us, and we always want to improve ourselves. We have 3 best practice and 1 exit comment. No significant deficiencies, no material weakness. The 3 best practice finding is one suggesting that you guys do more monitoring of the financial activities. While the board participates in the budget adoption process, receive staff prepared financial statements, these only partially fulfill the monitoring function. We recommend that the board continue to articulate monitoring practices and recording the minutes when those activities occur. And so that could also mean maybe just taking better minutes of when you ask me more questions during my report, and then also note that. But when I talked to, because I did have a Zoom call with them, they basically did say, there's more to this thing than just asking me questions at a board meeting. And so I did articulate that we have the review process for our payroll, and we have the review process for reconciliation. And they're like, yeah, okay.
Could you also include Gail in there doing more? She was gonna take a little bit.
This was more about the organizing, the governing body oversight. Basically saying, we recommend you guys step it up and put me under your thumb more. Kind of dig in more into the financials.
How do you feel about that?
Sure.
Do you have any suggestions for us?
It could mean, more could happen at maybe the finance committee meetings that, we have somewhat irregularly. It could mean, taking it like maybe more than, a quick review of the, those monthly reports, for 5 minutes at a board meeting. Maybe a few of you get together and kind of dig deeper and come up with and try to make sure that you really understand what they're saying and not just taking my word for it. And I say, yeah, we're doing fine. But
So could we, like I asked about the monies and with the kitchen, is that one good example?
yes, that is good.
Did you take really detailed?
So-
Can be shown there?
So I think, yeah, like,
Okay, so
Susie-
here's one that we can add to that, is if one of the board members come, maybe when they start, and just do a walkthrough with that, is that something?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Like, okay, so here's this money that you got from the kitchen, and could it be like a board member could either stand around and help move things, or come and.
I think that's helpful and appreciated. I don't know if it would help
With
the oversight of financials is kind of really all the time. And
I'm trying to figure it out.
And it also could be that they're trying to find things too, like,
To
you know, if
justify
we're doing
their
great,
cost.
like, hey, do something, you know, review the financial statements more often, ask more questions, you know, that's basically all we're saying is, ask some more questions than you are.
Did you tell them I was on the board?
No, but that'll help. Next,
It's like a photo over.
second item,
Because I
segregation of,
asked.
oh, question.
Well, I would just like to add that if you guys have questions regarding the financials, you know, the effect of interpreting the numbers that we have available, let me know. If there's some kind of a report you would like to see, there's lots of different reporting options in QuickBooks, so there's lots of things that I could provide. And there's other reports that I could customize outside of QuickBooks too. Something that I find really helpful is to take a report and to generate a chart in Google Sheets. So that you can see bar graphs or line graphs, and you can see like, oh, you know, how was the income for last year compared to this year? How was the expenses? Do we have an extremely high month, an extremely low month?
And then maybe when we request those things from Dawn, we let it be known to the auditing that we've done such a thing.
That's perfect.
And if you're recording it in minutes too, like, oh, you know, Don shared several reports that we reviewed outside of our board meeting.
Yeah.
If that's in the minutes. we don't-
That is really helpful, Dawn.
Whenever you ask about finances, make sure you document that you've asked about finances, so that you can tell the auditor that you've documented that you've asked about.
That's
right.
It's going
And
around.
you're right, we can say you do use the minutes because it's a legal document.
Yeah, that's correct.
Second item of 4, segregation of duties. Because of the limited number of available personnel, it's not always possible to adequately segregate certain incompatible duties so that no one employee's access to multiple things. This is something we've been working at. You know, now it used to be that we didn't have a sign off on our payroll process, and we didn't have a sign off on our reconciliation. And now we're adding those, and they're basically saying, keep doing that, keep adding more levels, more oversight, different people. One thing they note is that, like, I have access to our checks. I'm not a check signer, but I have access to it, but I am a check reconciler person, and so essentially, even though we did one step of segregation by making it so that I'm not a check signer, but I still have access, and so it may be like, okay, we should put it under a lock and key where I can't access it, you know, so there's.
You could be glad to have both the same code.
I don't know, so basically,
I know.
essentially they're saying, keep with, you know.
Keep having checks and
Give me your
balances.
checks.
So that I can
Yeah.
balance them.
Are you?
Yeah.
Kelly, are you check signer?
Am I check? Yeah, I'm a check signer.
Third item of 4, during our testing of cash, we noted that bank reconciliations were not prepared or reviewed within the timeframe outlined in the walkthrough, which states that reconciliation should be reviewed within 2 weeks of month end. So this is so the first audit, which was more than a year ago, they asked me to document my processes, and this was before Don was involved. And I was trying to reconcile everything, partly because we had our board meetings at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So May would end, and then there'd be like a June 25th meeting, and I would try to get all of May's stuff done by June 25th, which was within 3 weeks. But I usually try to do it within 2 weeks because I wanted to do it a week before the meeting so that I could send out the report. And it was overwhelming, and I couldn't handle it, and so we brought in Don, and it's even too much for Don. He's got other jobs and other things, and so within 2 weeks isn't necessary, because if, say, May end, like today we looked at the June meeting, so he had July to work on it.
Yeah.
And we had the June numbers, so we had July to work on it. So we don't even, if we're not even gonna meet to look at it, we don't really need a 2-week timeline. Essentially, within 5 weeks would allow from month end to now the board meeting, which is at the start of the month. So if we look at, you know, if we switch, so to me, this is more changing our policies or our process. When I told them the process, yeah, within 2 to 3 weeks. And then they're like, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we are doing it within 5 weeks because we're having them for our meetings. So, you know, so that's me updating our process to them. Final thing on our thing here is an audit of salaries. During our review, we noted that 1 out of your employees had an incomplete section 2. And that was me not putting a start date for one of our employees.
Oh, okay.
It was your,
I think I'm writing the paper right now.
okay, There was one thing,
It-
it wasn't,
I can
it wasn't
say.
yours, it wasn't yours. There was an employee that I had not listed their start date on the form.
Oh, what's the?
And so it's like,
Yeah, okay.
and that's like the exit comment, which is like the,
That's right. Oh, by the way.
Oh, by the way.
so that's the gist of the audit process, our interim and our report. This is in the folder. Have you shared out with everyone, like the reports and things, reports folder? So it might make sense to give everyone access to the packet, and then they can just always go there and review all the things.
Does that need to
I
go
hired
over?
it.
It's in there. It's in the,
We're going for
I
the
hired it.
packet.
yeah. Final thing on the audit is, so that was a few weeks ago, I had that meeting, and today, we're starting the next audit process.
Oh, no.
Today,
It's the song that.
today they sent me the prep list for the final audit process, and it's a list of 24 things. For example, a listing of prepaid expenditures as of June 30th, a listing of what makes them accounts payable, an approved vacation schedule, or bunch of stuff. This to me actually looks much nicer than the list they gave me the previous 2 years.
No offense, respect.
So this seems more doable, so I'm kind of excited. I'm happy to see a list of only 24 things.
That's pretty good.
And I can pass that around if anyone wants to take a look at it.
Is
We're
there
all
anything-
trained with our finance.
Is there anything-
Oh, I would love to see that, and that's
Is
so
there
many questions.
anything out loud that the board, besides, needs to be responsible for?
Can you repeat that?
Is there anything, I can't read it, but is there anything like the board can help you with, or that?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
Oh,
I just
But we do
assumed.
have, board questionnaires, right? Didn't I see that?
Yes,
We do
so-
have a new round of
so-
board questionnaires that are required.
So there is one thing everyone can help me with. This includes all staff and board members. There is a questionnaire
Oh, right.
that I did send in mid-July, but I will send it again.
Okay, that's right, yeah. That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
fast.
I'm finished, I did it just now. Yeah, it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
And then it says board minutes, they need to.
No.
All right, that's my report. Thank you all.
Okay,
All right, anything to add?
Oh, yeah. So Ryan, what about this HR request?
Oh, where's it?
That's next up, maybe?
Reaffirm.
Oh, yeah. Leader hires, the.
Or
Ryan
did I
request.
leave, or did I leave that on, was that from last month?
No, that's me.
Okay.
Hi, friends.
Hi.
So our auditors want to basically see everything's documented, see all of our process, make sure there's approval for just about everything. We have previously clarified that the teacher leaders are hired and evaluated by the board, but then the teacher leaders hire and evaluate all the other staff.
That's right.
And I would like to be able to share with auditors or others that the board reaffirms their commitment to that, that they basically say, yes, we have this, our school has this process whereby we hire, you guys hire us, teacher leaders, and teacher leaders hire and evaluate everyone else. And because I'm the one who's putting together contracts, and as we get new staff, and I need to get them to sign it, I would like confirmation that I represent KCA, that I am imbued with the ability to sign on KCA's behalf with all those other staff. So when we hire a new community teacher,
And isn't
that
that?
I can create the contract.
Don't we have that written down as? like-
As our bylaws?
Yeah, as a bylaw, so it's not written down.
I think it just helps to affirm it
Yeah.
every year, just be like,
So we
We're
just
still
need to
doing
have
that,
this
right?
verbal
Yeah.
moment right
So
now.
we need a.
Right.
So,
We need a motion.
should we motion then?
I would, sure.
I would,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
yeah.
I would motion that we as a board reaffirm that our teacher leaders are hired by us and that our teacher leaders hire everything else and evaluate everyone else. And that Ryan be our imbued contract signer for those underlings.
No.
So
For those,
And for the other-
for the non-teacher leaders.
Yes.
Not.
I second that motion.
For teachers who are not in there.
That's probably true.
Yes.
So, yeah, not.
James?
I second Mindy's motion. Are we all in favor?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone?
You have been
You have been anointed.
Yes. Live stream sound is doing good.
Great.
Good, I love the word anointed.
Yeah, anointed.
Okay. You've been imbued with the power of representation. Maybe. Is your cough drop smell okay?
Cherry honey menthol.
TRSD.
Oh, is this me? Am I next?
You have the TRSD Department of Education report.
Yay. There's one for you. Are you sticking around? Ooh. One for you, one for you. Thank you. What?
I'll take one as long.
I made enough coffee. There you are. I wonder where he ended up at. There we go. Okay, hi everybody. So, I'm gonna sit down for this one. Chill out again. Okay, this is our monthly report for Three Rivers School District, the Oregon Department of Education, and Department of Education report. So for Three Rivers School District, so of course there's not that much to report because we've been on break. But the 15th of August is our annual deadline to giving the staff list to Three Rivers. So everybody needs to do vector training, all staff new and returning, and it looks like we have 3 new TSPC accounts that we need to create for new community teachers. And we need to be monitoring TSPC registration, typo for me, and license expirations. Because when you, the licenses for registered teachers expires after 3 years. So this fall is our first expiration. I think it's Podmas is going to be the first that comes up for renewal. And TSPC has stopped sending notifications to you when your license expires.
Oh, that's nice.
So just a little heads up. So yeah, so the staff list that I share with Three Rivers has everyone's expiration date on it, and that's shared out with everybody. So we have to be, so I feel like I'm kind of pointing myself as someone who's gonna be on top of like making sure I'm notifying and working with staff before their registration expires.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
TSPC's a gym. But and I think that's it for Three Rivers. Oregon Department of Education, we have, this is my to-do list, performance growth targets due 8/31. I haven't done them yet, and so I'll give you a report on what they are. I get a lot of requests for establishing growth targets and objective requirements, and looking at it in the past, I didn't think it was such a big deal. Like one of our targets is to choose which standardized tests we're gonna use. We are already doing that. And then some of the targets are for just kindergarten through 8 schools. And so I haven't, but there's a contact person I need to reach out to now that I'm back, just to make sure I'm not overlooking anything big. And then I sent y'all an email in July because we get more money for our high school success grant and our student investment account. And that's because they've estimated our enrollment when they first gave out the money last year, and then they said if you think your enrollment was actually much higher than we estimated, submit a request for recalculation of that money. So we did that and they approved it. So it's awesome. So high school success grant, we manage that ourselves. So I manage that one directly with ODE. And so initially, they gave us $46,159.01 just for last year. And then that got bumped up by $12,637. So this is an extra $12,000 for last year. That thankfully we didn't have a deadline to spend that. So we have until this next June to spend it. So on top of this next year money that's coming in, we get to pop up that $12,000. Plus we had not drained our HSS account. We hadn't drained it down to 0. So we got a lot. Let's see. Right now we're giving all of that to Project B Plus and RCC. And so we can open the doors now that we're learning more about how that money can be used and we're getting all this extra money, like we can see, okay, should we submit a budget or cost calculation? If we realize, okay, we can actually put, here's another organization that might be helpful, or maybe more services Project Plus can help us with. And so that's just a good news on that end. And then the SIA student investment account, which currently pays for journey home services, that increased by $10,491.55 for last year. Again, so on top of what we get this year coming in, we're gonna get an extra $10,000, and we had not bring that down to zero either. So that's all good news, and just be keeping our, our minds peeled of best use to spend that money, and like what haven't we thought of yet? Because obviously we know we have so many needs. Great, let's, how can we apply these funds? These funds, I don't think, nothing needs to be set in stone, budget to budget. Like, okay, we get the money the first time, this is what we think it's good for. And then as we grow and evolve and just sort of fine tune our needs, just to always be. I don't make the assumption that we'll go through this year in and year out because the world is so unstable, but it is a non-competitive grant.
Yeah.
We are a very high poverty school.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to have a good assurance that we will continue to receive funds. Number 2, they did make me work in July. Instructional plan, time restoration plan. I've been telling you guys a little bit about like how Oregon's getting more pressure because we have one of the shortest required minimum school years in the country. And our test scores, even though everyone says test scores don't matter much, when it comes time to compare states, they always look at those numbers.
Yeah.
And so our test scores are low, our instructional days are low, and it's also a re-election year for our governor. And so all these things are happening now, and there's a lot of pressure. So when I completed this survey back in May, and I reported to y'all that we don't need to do a restoration plan because the only times we've ever shortened our school year is just when there's a snow day.
Right.
And that's normal. And I told them that in the survey. So there was a deadline on July 15th to submit restoration plans, and I let that go by because we did not need that. And then they started emailing and calling me. I went, what? Oh my gosh. And so I just kind of included a little screenshot. It was kind of ridiculous of like, how do I say? I was like, do I tell them we should try to control the weather better to like not reduce our days? So I managed to answer it in the language they need. And one really cool, I'm looking for the bright side, a positive that came out of this is that they sent this like spreadsheet template. They're like kind of designed for like big districts with tons of schools. Here's a cool template to use to track your snow days and to track all your different schedule changes. And we haven't been tracking our snow days besides informally with our parents where we send out notifications. I put in my Gmail calendar, So I did grab their template and I modified it to fit us so we can start. So I can backtrack to our very first year and put in that information and we can have a good record. But that did add something to my to-do list now. I'm creating a new template, but it'll be great. So we can 10 years from now be like, hey, how can we track this? It's pretty important to see.
Does it mirror Three Rivers? Doesn't it mirror Three Rivers schools?
Usually, there was one day last year when we called a snow day. Remember, we were like, and it was what we were supposed to do.
It was 20 minutes before.
The district called a delay.
Yeah.
And we were like, no, because we had first of all, the weather was more than
It was
delay.
ramping up.
And then also, it was like we had an all-school field trip, and so by the time we started that delay and then got a bus, we weren't gonna be able to do what we were doing, and we were doing what we were doing because two or three of our teacher leaders were gone to conference, so it was like. So that was the only time that we went against, the district did a delay and we canceled school, and I think after we canceled school, I think the district was like, never mind,
Yeah.
Because there was a pattern of weather where it wouldn't start getting really bad until 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
7:30, 8 o'clock. And then by that time, it would be snowing so heavily that it would be an early end of the day anyway.
Yeah.
And then by 1:30, there's so much snow on the ground, the parents can't come get their kids. And then they were stuck here for hours.
So we're now never required to call a survey when the district does, but that's always been our habit.
Yeah.
But in rare circumstances, like we had that ability on that day to make a call that we knew was best for our kids, and then we did that thing right.
And then, so what about the, I think, I'm gonna try to get this right, the active shooting, when they close school.
What's your question about that?
Oh, that's an interesting, it's so funny because the template they gave me didn't, like if we have to close school for an active shooter going to lockdown.
That's
It's
different
But
than
then you're
weather.
not losing the instructional time,
Yeah,
right?
you're
Because
still
you're still
in
totally teaching
class.
class and everybody's right there,
Oh,
literally locked
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Not distracted at all.
When it's inclement weather, that's like act of God kind of thing. When it's like lockdown or a school shooting situation, that isn't looked at the same way. They don't make students make those days up because it's already a traumatizing experience. Like just being in a lockdown and not having any idea what to do with it. The reason they make up the instructional time with the weather is because the weather's affecting everybody equally. Whereas like a shooting is only, I mean, you know, like of course it affects everybody, but it's only one school.
Yeah.
But are you thinking too,
Feels
it'd be
so
nice for us
gross
to
to
track that?
Sure.
Even if it doesn't impact our instructional hour log, but if we can be tracking it over the years.
Yeah, it might be good information to
Yeah.
have.
Honestly. Yeah.
Like how often like emergencies are called and stuff.
Yeah, just to know, I think that would be nice on that spreadsheet, and then it just won't factor into the formula, like it won't,
Yeah.
does that make?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's a good idea, Sally.
Yes, transparency.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also just, track trends over time
Yeah.
too, so 10 years from now, we can
Absolutely.
have data to support whether things are getting better or worse.
Yeah.
So I submitted it to them.
Okay.
It was a silly little plan of me saying, we've already restored our hours, and they haven't replied, and I'm sure it's probably fine. And the backside, I just have a quick little thing from the Department of Ed. Tomorrow, I'm doing a webinar, Ryan, I think he's joining me too, to do a final performance report for our CSP grant, even though we haven't spent down our money yet, and we have an additional 5 years suspended. I think we have to apply for like an extension, but, and just sort of jump through some hoops. And so we'll find out that tomorrow. And then on the 13th of this month is when I'm gonna go to the annual Title I meeting with all the river schools. And they will tell us how much we're getting. I'm like, was the budget really cut? Did our school up or down? I really don't know. So hopefully
So the
that's
24th is the day we learn that.
I hope so.
And it's really based on income, right?
It's-
a parent income.
Yes, and so our enrollment, last year's Title I money was based on the previous year's enrollment. We weren't at max capacity yet. So it should be going up this year, but then there's cutting funds.
You're just cutting them.
The Department of Education is just cutting Title I funds in general. So someone at the district told me, be prepared. Like, I think the district, it was in my
They're
last
really good
report.
at telling you that stuff.
To be prepared, figured out.
And then maybe it might not.
Yeah. Yeah, prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
That's that. Yeah, so I'll find out more. Any other
Are
questions,
you laughing
y'all?
at me?
Any ideas or feedback or what?
I heard Dawn giggling.
Giggling.
Well, I like the idea of tracking that information
Yeah,
there as well. That's a good idea.
I think we should do that. And yeah, and I'll share that out or put it on the drive once I get it done. Yeah.
Thanks, Katie.
But am I the next report too? Academics?
Academics
Which is
next.
super short. Because, and I did make all these copies because I realized I'd be wasting paper. Because it basically reads my to-do list for this month, so I'll just hand these out to you guys, I don't know. And I'll just read it out so I have, yeah. That we've got like, our course guide is gonna be a big project. It's gonna take up a lot of time this month. And so we're gonna get the draft done by next Monday and the final done by the Monday after that. Yes, we are. Number 2, our SMX NCTs that meet the 22nd of August. And 3 students have signed up so far. So if you want to work the SAT keeps. And then 3 is orientation. It's Thursday. Oh, I put the wrong date for orientation. It's the 27th, right? I think I put last year's
You
date.
said, the
Correct.
21st.
Because the 31st is the first day of school,
Yeah.
so the 27th sounds about right.
I think I'm off by the 27th.
Is
Sorry, y'all.
orientation.
Yeah, because the first day of school is the 31st, a Monday, and orientation is always the Thursday before. Tomorrow, we're having a teacher leader meeting with Keela, but we're gonna start planning it out. So, you guys have ideas, if you guys wanna help,
You
our
should
brains aren't back
come
in.
to, like, orientation is one of those things where, like, you can introduce yourselves to families who are new especially. We do have a lot of, existing student families who do show up to orientation because the students just cannot stay out of the building, which is a good problem to have.
It's a great problem.
And, so it's a really good opportunity for the board to introduce yourselves to new families.
So
Yeah.
is that orientation for all grades or?
Yeah.
Like, do you have like just a freshman orientation?
We have not done that separately,
It's
we've
such a
not,
small
we've done like
school,
a.
it's just kind of everybody.
But we also know that we do sort of throw the freshmen into the pit. Like, you know, like it's,
And
they will say like, they told us like, can you have something special for us?
Yeah, and things are changing now
Yeah.
too. This year, the way that we're gonna do first week of school, usually we do intensives where they focus on a thing and they go out, or they just do an activity all week. This year, we're not doing that. We're gonna do the intensive as like, and Melissa and Michael have been working on this a lot together, focusing on orienting the students to the culture and like heart of the school. Like, so instead of just rotating and doing like beads and clay and just wander around, yeah,
That
we'll,
makes a lot of sense.
we're gonna do like homeroom, we're gonna explain
For
the
guiding principles,
for guiding
one
principles,
day, yeah.
and restorative justice and, you know, getting that
All
all
like their go meetings, like all of
far
their,
more
like their people.
That's the
structured
modern
way,
way
like
to
their whole,
yeah.
like all of
Exactly.
KC's people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a team.
I love that.
KC's kids.
I'll make one, t-shirts. I know.
I know,
There's a little bit of
competition.
competition. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna make a stamp, so stamp shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a time for the orientation day?
We have to set that tomorrow. It's been at 6 o'clock, like,
At
our
night?
yeah. For families who work just 6 to 7.
Yeah.
Our very first year, we kind of made this 2-day thing of like, everyone come for like parents and kids, and we do slideshows for an hour on Thursday night, and then we ask the kids to come back Friday and just to do kids orientation. It was fun, but it also just really overwhelmed us.
Yeah.
And so, but also we're totally aware too, like 1 hour orientation, especially now that like we have more requirements like Title I, I have to do the Title I slides, and someone's got to do these slides. Like, it's like throwing a lot of slides at them, and they're all crammed in the community room, and some of them start to have overwhelming, like they get overstimulated. So very open to like different ways of doing it.
Could we do a thing where like the parents have to sit through the slides, but like maybe
Take the kids.
some of us take the kids if there's stuff that need to be done with the kids separately, or you guys just had them come the next day just for fun?
Right now, it's still only on for 1 day.
No, but I mean
Oh,
before when you
we
had
did
them
last
come for
time.
2 days,
It was, did we just say?
was it just for fun, or did you guys do
The
stuff with
Thursday night
the
one,
kids?
was it just parents with a slideshow that first year?
It was everyone.
We're still trying to get everyone, do you remember?
I think it was everyone.
It was everyone.
And then when the kids came back on Friday,
Yeah.
were you guys doing fun stuff with them, or were you doing like scheduling classes and like real stuff?
We thought,
We
we
do.
naively thought, we'll just meet individually with each of our kids and get everything. That was
Yeah.
Oh
silly.
my gosh.
I was
Oh my
like,
God.
no.
Oh, yeah, that.
Even the second year, it was like intensives are happening, we were trying to pull our students one by one, and
Yeah.
it was chaos.
And that's why this year the intensive includes,
Homeroom.
it's built in.
Getting to know.
Yeah.
But the first year was also, remember the fires broke out.
Oh,
During
right.
orientation, everyone's watched the alerts go off on the same time.
Right.
Do you remember that? Like everyone looks at their phones. It's like,
Right.
maybe
It
It
was
wasn't
bad.
Slater, it was the other
Marsh.
fire.
it was the one that almost got the bus house.
Right.
Yeah, the bus
Slater.
station.
Oh, yeah, the one that like got up to like
That was
Smoky
Slater.
Place
That
on
was
Arrowhead and like,
2020.
and no, the one that almost took out Patrick Creek Lodge. And was
Oh,
like
yeah,
creeping
yeah,
up
one
on
of the
Greg and
posts.
Katie's real
Yeah.
fast and like
Oh,
Mark
yeah.
or Joan Eggers
Wow.
and Smokies and these guys.
Yeah.
Do you know what time we're talking about orientation tomorrow? Do you know?
In the agenda?
Yeah.
No, the
is it
agenda
just
still
like-
says July 30th, so
What
there.
time's our meeting? We don't know.
I'll look, hang on.
We're
The
all
calendar, the calendar.
Kayla sent out a request to see if we should change it, so Melissa can be there.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
actually a
Thursday.
good point.
Yeah, she doesn't get yours. Oh, tomorrow.
Okay.
But she should rest
Yeah.
tomorrow,
So,
So,
just
so
as
maybe
thought,
Thursday.
maybe if you wanna do it just one day or something, is could you divide like junior, seniors, and then freshman, sophomore?
what?
I don't know, I was just trying to,
Split the size.
yeah, just divide them and just do one day, and, because they already, a lot of the seniors already know the expectations, so to speak. I don't know, that was just a thought
Yeah.
for you guys, for the less overwhelmingness.
No, we definitely, like, that's definitely one of the ideas floating around. It's like, how much do you wanna have, like, hey, the entire school and all your families together at the same time, that's a really cool togetherness. And then how much is that, like, just too many people, now that we have
Yeah, like you were
60
saying,
or
it's
something.
packed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
And
know,
they
you guys
do,
will
though.
figure it out.
They do that thing at IB where they have the freshmen come to school for the first 2 days without the rest of the upperclassmen.
Yeah.
Maybe it's freshman and sophomore. I could like
Just
reach out to Asia
It's
too.
freshmen,
it's just
freshmen.
freshmen.
Yeah.
And it's just one day.
And then it's just one day.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like Monday.
Okay, and then at the end of the year, I know they do the last week of school without the seniors. Basically, like the seniors are done.
I do that at middle school too.
So
Just the
maybe something
fifth
like
graders come.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're, I guess maybe we'll,
Well, let us know.
yeah,
What
Yeah.
time orientation is, once
And if
guys
you-
decide.
We'll send out an email as soon as we
Yeah.
decide.
And if you guys would like, more input, I'm happy to help coordinate and figure out like how we can maybe like set up different slide rooms and have stations that people move through.
Oh, that
Like open
I
house.
kind of feel like orientation could be, like, maybe we bring it up this teacher leader meeting, because we're just trying to look at everything, but it probably could be a standalone meeting a couple of times.
Yeah.
Because I know like every year it comes up on us quick, and we
Yeah.
sort of, I feel like it gets thrown together.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so now we've got enough of us who know how it's gone and has ideas and like,
And then
I think it'd be cool,
also, and then
yeah.
also, what about, what if, cause we have, an executive session planned for the 17th, primarily to kind of continue teacher leader review, but what if I added to that agenda an orientation check-in?
Oh, that's a great.
just for open to board only, or do you want it to be like everybody's interested, or?
Well, or just like a way, or like just a way for me to have a point of reference to be able to check in with the board, maybe having already checked in with you, or if you all are around, being able to check in and see where we're at, or if there's other things that you need us help, or if you're like, listen, I planned this and I can't do anymore, and you guys figure the rest of this out.
I think it's a good idea to have it as, well, the only problem with me just the dates, 17th is also the final deadline for the course guide.
Okay.
And so and this is me being like, so orientation will probably be thrown together like this. And so, so at least just speaking for, myself and the teaching goal, but I like that, can we just say tentatively?
Yes.
Just,
Yeah.
if you can just help us not get to a point where it's the day before and everyone's looking at each other.
Because we
like,
can brainstorm
we've
some
done
ideas in our meeting,
Yeah.
and then if you guys didn't get to it, and maybe you could look at our little list of ideas.
That would be, exactly, that would be just really helpful.
Okay.
Keep on our minds.
Cool.
Thanks.
So, yeah,
Okay.
I'm not gonna be here on the 27th, sorry. But then I see on the 25th, though, that's the workshop for the storage and
Yeah.
justice.
Yeah.
Just thought I thought.
Are you here
missing
for
this?
that?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I can do that, but I'll go for it.
For the orientation. Give us a photo of you, Sally.
Put it up on the wall.
Okay, that was our academic report.
Yes.
Now, the community and culture.
Enrollment update,
Yes.
I don't know if you checked your email, but Kayla an hour ago sent an email to everyone, teacher leaders on the board. That as of August 3rd, we have 53 students on our roster. Most of them have confirmed that they're going to accept the slot offered to them. There are also 2 students on the wait list, both in the 12th grade. She also says there were 2 students who planned to enroll but filled out the wrong form. She'll add their names to the roster upon receipt of the correct form. And we're still waiting for re-enrollment from one last student from last year. Those other details don't need to be said out loud in the meeting, but we are positively looking forward to that student coming back. I also know that I have spoken to a couple more students who left us last year who are also interested in coming back now that they've taken a little social break, which is rad to me. No time like today. So, that's that. And then it says we were gonna revisit policies around start of school enrollment. So just to clarify and touch base on, during the September board meeting in 2024, we decided that, the board decided that up to 4 more in one grade if we have space 7 days before the start of school pass. What that means is that if we don't reach max enrollment, which is 64 students, that we will allow overfilling of one class if there are students on the wait list.
Yeah.
And then it says senior class size to rise by the number of seniors who need 1 additional semester to graduate past 4/28/2025. Just retouching base that we're all still aware that that is the plan on account of the roster looking like 2 seniors are on the wait list and the senior class is technically very full. So,
Are there any juniors that are thinking about graduating early?
yes, we have several juniors who are on track to graduate early. There are 3 for sure. One catching up with the packet, which is fine because they're on track with all their credits and everything, and the packet was kind of in the middle of the school year given to them, so. But yeah, we got 3 early graduates cruising, that would be pretty cool.
Can I back up to what you were just saying, is what is the deadline for allowing those 2 students on the wait list?
7 days before school starts. So if it's August 31st that school starts, let me split the calendar. Pull up infernal thing. All right, so it's the 24th. So by the 24th, if we don't have full enrollment, we will allow the students on the wait list.
And that's, you don't need us to like vote on that.
Nope.
We already did.
I wonder though, if 7 days is enough, if we, like, right now we have, like looking at our seniors, for example, we have 6 spots in our freshman class, and people aren't batting down our doors, but we do still have a wait list for seniors, and it would be nice to be able to say to some of them, instead of August 24th.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, now there's a space, like,
Yeah.
they might be making
This is
other
their
plans.
senior year, they need
Yeah.
They might be making other plans, and so it would be nice if maybe that could be 14 days or 20 days or some number,
Yeah,
Yeah, can we just let them in?
that's brilliant. Yeah, can we just let them in?
Well, how do you guys feel about going over?
Going over, we're not over, we're only at 53 right now, we're at capacity 60.
and if you have
Well,
babies that are
11 spots,
babies, that's
yeah.
still only.
And then we have a couple of
Well,
seniors.
the thing is that really like, it's like, yes, our senior class is over the numbers, but because of the way we do our classes, it's like, that's not necessarily the in-class size, because they all get to pick their
Yeah.
classes, so it's not like having a excessive size senior class means that Casey's got 20 kids in her class, or.
Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna have 20 kids in calculus.
where we have 9,
Yeah.
freshmen, and
Right.
And in fact,
And
in fact,
they can't enroll because we're full.
Yeah, where we see the most discrepancy with student class size is with like AP classes. So in AP classes, we're gonna have like 4 or 5 students. But we don't have an issue necessarily the other way around. Especially since, lots of seniors who come to us, may need an extra semester or a whole extra year, without shame or guilt. So yeah, it's really not a problem.
So do
Yeah,
we
I
need
just want
a
to support you
motion? I
guys.
was just gonna say, do we?
Do we need a motion?
Do
Are
we
you
need a
gonna-
Right now, there is
motion?
a policy passed that says 7 days, I think it would be,
And
need to
so
be
a
a motion
motion,
to
a
change
motion
that.
to allow them to be notified for 14,
I think
2
for
or 20?
20, I think 20, like, so
Are
As
these
a-
calendar?
I'm looking at the calendar right now. So on the sentiment that Kelly said, can't we just let them in? One reason I think that even saying, maybe even today, might be reasonable is because I'm a parent who is about to take my kids to do school, back to school shopping. And it's better to know sooner than later.
Yeah.
IV requires different things depending on what the students are doing.
So then the question is, do we want it to be 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
Or what if we aren't even changing the policy? What if I motion to approve that the 2 seniors currently on our wait list in lieu of the 7-day period of our policy, that's waived this year?
Perhaps
Or should we just change it?
I have some wording that maybe like for this year, since we still have 11 spaces on the wait list, that maybe anybody who fills out an enrollment request from now until the beginning of the school year, we like let in the
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
until we meet enrollment cap. Does that make sense or no? Because the chance that we're gonna get a flood of freshmen.
I mean, we already will let anyone in who comes in before school under the enrollment cap, so I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, right, because we're talking about the full class. Never mind.
Yeah. So do we think that we should just, I mean, really, what you're saying is true, it's not just true this year, it's gonna be true every year. That it's gonna be better for a parent to know more than 7 days before. And so then should we then just be motioning that we change our policy so that our waitlist students are notified 21 days or a month before?
Let's get it
Just
to
the August 1st.
August 1st?
August 1st.
Or the first day of office opening.
Yeah, oh, the first day of in-service or something, yeah.
Well, oriented, what did you say?
Let's just stay by August.
Okay.
It's been, every year it has been consistent, top heavy,
Yeah.
senior,
It's really true.
yeah.
Yeah.
The kids try really hard to go to IB.
They try and then they
Yeah.
love it, so.
That's who they hang out with during the summer, right?
So, I don't know. I don't have teenagers yet, thank
And
God.
Laura Bird still does
You
the
wanna
practice
do that?
where
Yeah.
Laura Bird breaks them out behind sign up for classes and they don't tell them that we exist.
Yeah,
So they're all, so like 8th graders are walking right behind, told to sign up for your class. And they're not informed about KCA.
Yeah.
And so that culture is pretty strong.
Parent talks.
so,
That's gonna change.
am I allowed, I can't vote, but can I make a motion? Oh, did you already make it?
I was gonna motion to change our policy about allowing waitlist students from changing it to a week before to a month before.
4 weeks? Are you saying 4 weeks before?
4 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it changes the date.
And I would just second
4
that
weeks before
motion
the start of school.
to change the enrollment policy.
Or could you just put it August 1st?
wrote yes.
Is anyone in favor?
Different, we can on or off, so you can say
Sally,
August
are you
1st.
in favor?
Yes. Well, I'm not sure if that, say it again. Say that policy.
Many motions to change our policy to allow waitlist students to, rather than having a week notice, having a 4-week notice that they have a position at the school.
I'm wondering if you could just put August, 4 weeks, yeah. So everybody so it's gonna be a different number every year. A different.
Oh, I see. So,
Yeah, so 4 weeks before the start of school.
Yeah.
For listers.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
And where are all the places that policy is, so it can be updated across the board?
Right.
That's the thing that's gonna do that.
Yeah, I'll figure that out.
Okay. That'll do the handbook.
So that's today.
Yeah.
Who's like, oh, that is good, I guess.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So Kayla needs to be informed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll email you.
Okay.
Sorry about my phone sound.
That's okay.
I'm just gonna reply to this email.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Let's
Oh,
just
do I still have to say another?
refine it until it's great, right?
Yeah.
And then keep on.
Okay, so while she's writing that up, does anybody have a community connection they want to touch on?
I've got one.
Okay.
That was fun for West Branch Month-a-thon last Saturday. It was very fun. Was that last? Oh.
Yeah.
On the 25th, yeah. Kelly went.
It was fun.
Karen did live painting, and then we took over the community room to make mosque fashion show costumes, and KCA kids got really involved, and they want to participate a lot more next year. And so that's really cool. And we have preliminary plans to do a West Branch fundraiser in October, a zombie 5K run that will be held on at West Branch, all on private properties. You don't really require a lot of permits, and we think it could be really fun and do some like costuming and running and for our school to help out them and blah 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 blah. So yay!
That's very cool.
Yeah, like this.
I'll just run with a light. Chase it, I can't run fast.
No, after a few kilometers, I'll be running.
Great. How about a staff report?
Summer's over. Here we're back in the building
Here we are.
and happy to be here.
I have an announcement.
Yes.
On July 13th, I believe it was, I graduated from my.
So now you're gonna get your doctorate?
Hell,
You're a math.
I finished my first day.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Really.
and now I can officially teach in the state of Utah.
Oh, my God. Do we have to chain
Is
you down
this,
in order to keep you here?
Yeah, is this like you're telling us something special?
Yes, there's bureaucracy. I have to transfer my credential from Utah to Oregon.
Okay.
We're working.
Can't you be a teacher citizen in both states?
Yeah, I guess not transfer, but to add.
Yeah.
Like, I need Oregon to accept my Utah credential.
Right,
And
okay.
I'll still have the Utah one, but then
Is that through, Salem?
Oregon Department of Education. I've started the process. I'm waiting to hear back.
Congratulations.
That was fantastic, Ryan. I guess we don't have a student report since our students are
No.
at the river, I'm sure.
They are.
Mm-hmm. I
At
did
the
also
beach.
finish I just said it a second ago, I swear I know what I'm
Oh, we
talking
didn't
about.
hear you.
Restorative justice, thank you. Training people.
So good. Fundraising report, well, we know Sally delivered something.
Just $60.
$60 for Sally, and then we heard about this future fundraiser for Russell Ranch, I guess. That's something to know about.
Yeah, we didn't really do anything.
Yeah, well, we do have a fundraiser discussion coming up under all business, so we'll just wait on that a minute.
What was that fundraising for, Sally?
It was, do you remember the dates?
Oh, when?
It was from the folk fair,
Yeah.
but we weren't, I think we were originally thinking,
It was.
I think it was just general fundraising. I don't think that we had a target in mind for it. Because the plant sale was gonna be for the senior trip, but then we'd already met that, and so then that was gonna go for the yearbook, but then we had the anonymous donor that took care of the rest of the yearbook fund. So I think our plant sale money and the folk fair money just kind of was general fundraising.
June
Yeah.
13th, Saturday, June 13th.
Okay.
It was a folk fair at the Dome School. These are the details. And, you know, I have literally $600 from teaching at Evergreen Elementary. And so I just put books out there and just asked for donations.
Okay.
So there was, actually it was $80, so I gave 20 to the Dome
Oops,
School and 60 to you guys. So that was pretty good.
I'll just keep my heads up, or when I see, was it just that one deposit on its own?
I just gave the cash to Kayla
Oh,
today. Yeah.
Old business, we're gonna move on to old business now.
Yeah,
And the first item up is schedule ad hoc committee meeting for contractor insurance / hold harmless policy.
yeah. When do we wanna do that, anybody?
What is that?
That is our insurance is having like some different requirements now, and so we're trying to come up with a way to appease them because they want all of our contractors to either have their own insurance policy or, am I saying it right, Ryan?
Yep.
And so we just need to address our personnel policies or create a hold harmless policy so that we can say, you're not gonna sue us.
Is this like for the building?
Like Journey Home is a subcontracted service, Project U Plus is a subcontracted service, so it's a little bit different than, it's not a staff position.
It's people that are involved non-profitly?
Well, and people that should have their own insurance policies
They're
because they're
independent.
right, they're an independent contractor, whether they're working here or whether they're working at IBHS, which would happen,
And the whole,
or, you know, wherever.
and the whole harmless policy is basically like, to say that if something happens to them, they're not gonna hold us accountable, and also that like, we're not accountable, right, Ryan, if they do something out of contract?
It's extra, it's risk management.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if we have a cleaner that we're contracting and they fall and slip and they blame us, well, they should have their own insurance. We need to make sure that they have their own insurance. We need a process for making sure they have their own insurance. And so it's creating a form that explains to contractors what we expect of them. If you want to work for us and get paid by us, we expect you to carry insurance. We expect you to sign this agreement that says you'll hold us harmless if it's something that your insurance should cover or something, you know, something like that. So.
And do you have a date, like from any of the insurance or auditors or whoever's concerned, is there a time that we need to make sure to have this done by?
Ideally, it would be before the school year starts and we
Okay.
have contractors starting up, so.
Okay.
So does that include, the paper?
I was wondering about that too, the IB News,
Sorry, there's.
are they?
Well, they're not a
really
contractor. I mean, they're just
We're fiscally responsible.
Right, that's a whole different
Yeah.
scenario.
And this doesn't have, the ad hoc committee doesn't have to be all of us, you know, this isn't an
I'm
executive
gonna
session.
excuse myself.
Yeah.
I'll get involved.
I'll join that.
We need to schedule it.
Yes, please.
So it's really just a form. that we
Yeah, we
need.
just need to make it.
Yeah, a form and an outline,
Yeah, they have to bring,
form and policy.
yeah, they have to bring, they have
And
to
so
show
it just
their.
needs to be a few of us to kind of put that together to have something to then bring to the board for approval. And I am pretty open, and obviously happy to come be part of that. I think I already have potentially some forms and some policies that might, be easily amendable. And we have, okay, so we've got finance committee on the 6th, which is this Thursday, is that right?
Yeah, it's.
And
And
then,
by the way, Josephine Jukebox are gonna be playing at concerts in the park.
and then we've got an executive session on the 17th. And then I feel like then we're gonna start running into, orientation, planning and things like that. And so I'm open anytime next week.
What's the 17th?
Is our next executive session to continue discussing teacher leader review.
Okay, I don't have that on
I know, I've got a good one.
Do you wanna just meet on the 13th?
13th works for me. I have no complaints about that.
Do you wanna just meet and you do it, or do you need a third person?
I would plan to be there.
Ryan's gonna be there.
Ryan, what's your
Is the
schedule?
13th okay for you?
What time?
I'm gonna be gone until the 13th, I'm back on the 13th, but I might be back earlier, so,
Do
whatever.
you wanna do the 14th then, so that you're not trying to get back and come straight to a meeting?
That's a great idea.
We're gonna be leaving to Portland on Friday.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so let's, can we do Thursday?
Yeah.
The 13th?
What time?
Whatever time is good for you guys.
Do you,
Evening, morning, what do we wanna do?
yeah, I'm pretty open. It's gonna be hot. I'm not gonna be out in the field in the afternoon, I can tell you that.
So how about the afternoon? How about like 1 or 2?
Okay.
Let's do 2, to give Kelly enough time, hopefully enough time.
Yeah, I'll be back. Right?
Okay.
So what time is the meeting on the 17th?
4:30.
2 o'clock on the 13th.
Okay, next up on our agenda is the Labor Day float / fundraiser discussion. We had talked about doing a car smash,
Oh, yeah,
Labor
that's
Day?
that.
which I think is a great idea, but back to insurance things.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna require insurance, if so, how much?
Danger.
What would that cost? What does it, what would that entail? I think there's some things that have to be figured out if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that was.
And that's coming up fast, so,
Great idea.
I think it would be really fun if people would be into it, but I do think that we would have to have, like a special event insurance policy in place.
So
Yeah.
maybe it's a well, established idea that might not get done until next year.
I think that, I think that realistically, potentially, but I do think that it's, I'm down to make the phone calls and find out like what the real deal is about exactly what those insurance costs.
Cause it
Or
sounds
what
like
not would
there's
be,
some cars.
Because I do think, and then like my friend, I've got a friend that takes his nephew up to his shop and they put down plastic and they put on the glasses
Yeah.
and they have bats with nails. They have, they have sledgehammers. The thing is, he was so stoked when I told him this idea and he thought it was so smart of us to charge like, $5, 5 swings. Because he was like, you guys can make so much money. He was like, it takes a lot to break a window even.
Yeah.
Like you could really like get a lot of people swinging and you're still gonna have a fairly intact car at the end of it.
And the only reason I even know about this is because Clay and his sisters grew up here. So like that was a kind of fundraiser that apparently they used to do pretty frequently. There's like a river spot, I keep forgetting what it's called, but it's across the Case Highway and like down and around there, and they said that they used to have cars down there and do the fundraiser down by the river.
So maybe,
I think it's a great idea, I just, like, it's, we really do
There's
have
lots
to
of
look,
groundwork.
there's some groundwork to do, so.
Yeah.
If you're down to do that,
I'm
we can
down.
talk about it at the executive session.
I'm down to do some insurance information gathering, and I'll touch base and find out who I should do that through.
And
And
it's
then.
an easy phone call to Misty.
And then I'll get in touch with, I'll get in touch with Lions, and find out, like, if they'd be into that, and like, if they have any ideas, if the insurance quote comes back in a reasonable way.
and we could get some alumni to come and run it, probably like old seniors.
Ooh.
And dress like chaos clowns or something.
Yeah.
Step right up. I think
I
it's
mean,
really fun.
For sure, Lucy will jugaboo all the way down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And they've got driver's license now.
Yeah. So you can leave them in everything.
I can see all the
So I think that's something that
Cool.
if you do that work, we could talk about it again on the 17th and
Yeah.
maybe get that going.
Great.
It's
And so otherwise, you wanna talk about the float?
Yeah, and does anybody want to do a float? I can't get involved, I'm afraid.
And so what about, did you wanna put up a table there for the acknowledgement of KCA and what is
At the Labor
that?
Day Festival?
What's that?
At the Labor Day Festival?
I think if we end up doing the car smash, we can have a little table out to the side where we're selling tickets and we can talk about the school in tandem.
Yeah.
Cause then people will be coming to us and we can tell them about ourselves there.
Yeah,
Personally, I mean, that makes sense.
I don't think of the Labor Day Festival as like an
Information.
informational
Yeah.
tabling.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Also, to be frank, some groups may have heard things about our school that make them respond poorly at the Labor Day Festival. If we're like, KCA, but just like doing fundraiser for local youth, for the local high school.
I am gonna probably do the barter fair again this year, and if I do that, I could share my booth space if somebody wanted to come and.
I'd be happy to do Barter Fair this year.
I made, do some baked goods, cause I did that last year, I did some baked goods.
Last weekend of September.
Yeah, in September, so I would happily do that and cover that booth fee. If somebody wanted to come and sit with me and,
I'd be happy to sit too. Barter Fair,
yeah,
it's
better
better
to do
every
body
year.
care also and just.
Yeah.
Regarding the car smash, if we do it here, we could have someone just walking around in Jubilee with quarter sheets, like.
Absolutely, we can have kids.
So instead of a table, but just like, hey, do you know about the car smash, you know?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have a whole separate.
Dressed like a juggalo.
And everyone who walks into the last, tough trucks, giving them a thing. Here, go
We
check.
can also
Yeah.
have refreshments for sale at the car snap.
Yeah, if it's here.
One free smash, what about one free smash tickets to people at Jubilee Park to get them to come over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Hand out like coupons for like one free smash.
Oh,
yeah.
Or buy one, get one. Ryan said buy one, get one.
Really close.
Buy a plate of food, hit that car.
But unless the Lions Club wanted to offer us a space over there to do it, which would make it easier to get more people.
Yeah.
Well,
I was even thinking like a carport, like one of the ones that have like the sides. I think I've got a couple of friends still with some, and I thought that might be a nice way to like kind of contain
Yeah, that was
the,
very sharp.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's grade a glass.
Anyway.
Great.
Okay.
I'll do some digging.
So-
and
Especially
I'll-
if it's
It would be
95
easier
degrees.
to clean up
Yeah.
too.
So a float is off the table for us.
I will not be doing a float this year. Thank you.
Oh, here I am thinking, it is like ice cream floats.
No. Oh, great float.
Yeah.
Is that?
And the kids really liked it. That would be something that if we did do every year, I would love for that to be like not a PTA kind of thing. Or, because I cannot.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It was really
It was.
intensive in the fall.
Oh.
So kids spent all week preparing that, and if we're not doing our fall intensives in the same way, there's just no space.
Yeah.
Time
But-
for it.
But if that is something that we are doing, because there's a parent running that during intensives while they're getting oriented to the school culture, that's
Or-
fair.
That seems a little-
Or
That's how I read it.
my thought was that I would reach out, like, to say Drake, who, you know, is theoretically anyway, a student leader, and see if he felt like putting the word out to the student body, does anybody wanna do this? Because if the student body wanted to do it,
Yeah.
I'd come in, like, during that first week of school, I'd come in after school,
Yeah,
so that you guys can still do your whole thing, but then 3 days after
Yeah.
school, we could throw something together.
Yeah, and then if it's not on the adult to plan the theme and stuff, like the kids are gonna have to like
Yeah,
take charge of it.
And
Is
so
there-
I don't think that anybody in this room, and several other adults that aren't in this room, I don't think probably have any energy to like just create a float and hope that our kids are into it. But I will happily reach out to Drake and see if he wants
The
to
kids are into
drum up some
Yeah.
student excitement, because otherwise I think.
We did win most spirited float last year.
Is there any reason to not just have everyone walk, say, come in costume?
That's
Or
true.
KCA show up with a costume and have a group that
Like
walks
we could
together.
be in the parade, but we don't have to get on a float.
That's true.
They could ride their bike.
You can do costumes and throw candy, like that's the,
Yeah, that's
like,
not a bad idea.
cool. I
They
like
can
that.
wear sandwich boards.
Yeah.
Sandwich
Okay,
put
okay,
ones.
let's move
Well,
on.
you can
Yeah.
have one.
Ryan has
Six
his hand up.
horses.
I have a clarifying question, because I happened to see Taryn's email to Kayla
Yeah.
regarding the change, the 4-week thing.
Mhm.
And I want to clarify, because the policy was that we would add 4 spaces to a class that was not full. That was the policy for 7, now it's changed to 28 days. And at the moment, we have 19 in our senior class and 2 on the wait list.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to clarify if we are adjusting that 20 to 21 to let both of them in, or if at the moment only the first person on that list is in.
From what I interpreted from our conversation was that we would let them both in because they're the only 2 on the wait list and we only have 40.
I'm just going, I want to go by what the actual vote was, the
Oh.
motion. And I believe the motion was to change the one thing to 28 days.
Right, but not to change the cap.
So I just
Oh,
want to
yeah,
make
yeah,
clarify.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
Can we clarify the motion?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
And maybe revote
Uh-huh,
if we do want to change it to both?
yes, because you are right. I motion to change our policy from waitlist students being notified of a space from a week before to allow a waitlist student notification 4 weeks before school starts. And so then,
And that would cover one of them.
so then as an addendum to that,
Oh,
then
yeah.
then I could motion to, wait, say it again,
It's only gonna cover one of the students on the wait list.
because we've allowed for a 4 over gap, or a 4
Yeah.
over, but if we
This would
let
make it
both of them
5.
in, it would make it 5 over.
And yeah, and I maybe misunderstood that the conversation meant that no matter how many were in there, if that's what we're left with.
And that was irregardless, and it does not, and it's not affected by the fact that 2 of those will drop at half year, right? It's still just the 20 cap is the 20 cap.
Right now, I think we only have one senior who may be leaving halfway through.
Oh, because someone asked me about early graduation, which I took to mean juniors
It's mostly,
graduation.
it's most of those are juniors who are
Yeah.
going early. I
Okay,
think we have one senior at the moment who would leave after semester.
okay. So
But
then do we need to change our policy, or is this an instance where we could just say,
I guess if we go, that policy that was passed April of 2025, it said senior class size to rise by the number of seniors who need one additional semester to graduate. I suppose we could argue that if there's one senior who is taking an additional time, the senior class size can go up by 1, meaning we can go from our 4 extra to 5
Right.
extra.
right, That was kind of what I was thinking.
I was wondering.
That was sort of what I was thinking, because I thought that we had a couple of our seniors that just graduated that were coming back just for partial years. Is that true or not true?
Actually, there's two that are just gonna be there for fall. One is a fifth year senior taking an extra, and one is a fourth year leaving it early. So there's actually two spots that would open up in.
Okay,
So
so then we
take them on?
are maybe covered?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
So if we say that the size can go up by those numbers, and all of a sudden now it's 18 in the senior class, and our policy wasn't about size, like the literal policy was about adding 4, not going to 20, for example.
Right.
And so if we're saying the one policy sends us to 18, and the other policy adds up to 4 more, then we could do up to 22. The 2 spots will get us 21.
Cool,
Okay.
I like that.
So
Let's do that.
somebody
Email.
should be
Okay.
sending an enrollment form.
I know, I was like, hey, hurry up.
All right, well then let's
Okay,
Like
go
literally
forward
right
to the
here.
cyber incident
I have
response.
I have a,
I know who else should text.
so if you did do it, though, do you have to submit an application? I don't know how that works.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, not an application,
It's
but
like the
sign
day
up
of.
form.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do
sign
it.
up the day
What's
of.
the day of?
Yeah,
You
you
just
just get a
show up,
number. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you get line?
Literally,
Easy.
it's easy.
That's
You're supposed to do it ahead of time.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is the cyber.
Thank you.
I'm trying to go tomorrow.
Okay.
Cyber incident response plan.
Second reading.
Second reading.
Cyber incident response plan establishes procedures for identifying, responding to, containing, recovering from, and documenting cybersecurity.
Wait, can you talk faster?
No. And I had one question about this.
Okay.
It was from Casey.
Okay.
Oh, what was that?
She asked if this was adapted from some other thing. And so I reached out to Daniel and I said, did you adapt this from somebody else so that we can credit them? And he said, no, he did it. He came up with it. He looked at things that were, common, like he found a bunch of different plans where things were kind of common-ish and what's expected. There's some organization that's like, here's what the elements you should have in your response plan. And so he put the elements together and wrote lines about KCA. So this is my request. I would request a motion to approve second reading of the cyber incident response plan.
Yes, so Daniel, I second that motion, but.
No, he can't do it.
No.
Our Title I Assistant Daniel Vallejo.
Okay.
Did you say there was a motion?
The motion that are you the designated IT guy?
Daniel,
Daniels.
That
is
was,
that true? The
um,
response.
It says
is
the
includes
reporting
the-
procedure, and so I'm just, who is that person? All staff are
I
expected
think
to
it's Casey.
report to the technology coordinator or designated.
you are designated IT contact.
I could be, so
Okay,
that it's not you.
okay, it's Taryn.
But what is it related to?
Science.
You said?
Cyber response.
Oh, that's a safety and risk thing.
Okay, it's Taryn.
So it's Karen, okay, great.
Oh, we don't need a motion to do the thing, right, to do second reading?
Second reading, and then now is the vote.
Now,
That needs a
now
motion
we need a motion to approve,
to-
because this is because now that we've read it the second time through, now we just need a
Do you
motion.
guys need some more time to read this?
Oh, yeah, I was waiting, I thought you were gonna read it out loud, so I was waiting for you to read it, sorry.
In this, I did pass out at our last meeting as well. so-
Trust
Yes.
Well, I make a motion to pass this cyber incident response plan. That has been created for
I
us.
second that.
Okay, yeah, that's really good.
Is there any favor?
Yeah.
All right.
Now, would this be an example for your audit, yes.
No, because we're looking for more oversight with finances.
This is something for the auditors, because they want to see more policies like this. So not an example of that financial oversight question, but it is something that
That you would
The
share
reason-
with them.
the reason that I am presenting this is so that I can share with them that we have passed this law.
Yeah, so that's a good thing to put in the minutes.
So the next item up is the community teacher sick leave change, which is the second reading with the goal of adoption.
Oh, that's me. Hi, Ron. I shared this last time. Gusto isn't as complex as I would like it to be in terms of sick leave things. As I explained last time, I would like to change our sick leave process for community teachers. Last year, what we tried to do was to give them a bank to start with, but then so many of them are helping in other positions as well. Like, no, now you're also a substitute teacher. Oh, now you're also going to meetings. Oh, you're also helping with inventory and these extra hours. And Gusto doesn't allow me to say, keep the bank for this one position and now let them accrue for this other position quite so easily. And so I think some of them maybe weren't accruing for, a few extra hours here or there, and others were accruing because also there's a thing with Gusto, you can have multiple positions, but then based on which is considered your primary is where certain things happen, and it's weird. So my idea is basically to give a bank to people for their community teachers, but then for all positions have accrual. So you start off as a smaller bank they start off with, but then they would be accruing for those community teachers. Instead of, if you're just a community teacher, you start with a bank. Here it's, if you're just a community teacher, you start with a smaller bank and you accrue. And if you're these other positions, you're accruing.
3 points.
I don't know if Blackberry likes this plan.
So is that the rollover, does that mean from year to year?
What it says, rollover of unused sick leave between semesters is permitted. The bank is replenished each semester. And so, yes, your third semester would be another year, and so it would roll over again
That next year,
if you continue to be a community teacher.
okay. So if they don't use it, they lose it,
With sick, yes.
not personally,
Personal gets paid out if they,
okay.
but it may potentially afford more sick leave and a clearer, easier process for me in our payroll process program.
So there's a 40-hour.
I would motion to approve the, community teacher policy leave, or sick leave policy change.
Second.
Third.
Any other questions?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
yeah.
Alrighty, we're getting into new business people. Our final item, the immigration enforcement response policy. I don't know if you guys saw that. Casey emailed it to us this afternoon.
Was that today?
That, it just, yeah,
That was just hot.
it was just hot off the press.
Okay.
And this is our first read, right?
Yes.
Is library following me? He needs water, so that's why I left, but Ryan's staying, get him some water. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, this policy is a lot thicker than I anticipated, so, let's see. Would you like to look at our?
I don't think so.
So,
Ooh, we got highlighted.
yeah, so it's a first read, and, the highlights are things we gotta sort out. So I took the very bottom, very last page shows the references. Oregon Department of Justice released like a model policy, and then Portland Public Schools has a draft policy, and so I took the two and merge them to fit our needs. Portland Public Schools, apparently they're gonna vote on this policy tomorrow. So this is all very fresh.
Who's gonna vote on it?
Portland Public Schools is gonna vote on their policy. So it's, two laws passed earlier this year, HB 4079 and House Bill, and then the Senate 1538. And one of them adds undocumented students to the list of protected classes of students in Oregon. And then the other one requires schools to establish a notification system if ICE comes onto your campus. You have to develop what's your plan and how you're gonna communicate it to everybody. And so those two together, Portland Public Schools drafted up a great policy that includes both of those. But then the Oregon Department of Justice, their recommended policy also had some really good, detailed lists of this is what you do that I thought would be a good manual for us. So it ended up being a lot longer than I thought it would be, but it's pretty thorough. This is just the first read. It's interesting because September 30th is our deadline to have this in place and effective, but ODE hasn't really sent me much guidance. They haven't really updated. So I pulled this together from media reports and going to just looking around the internet of where is it? Because I was concerned, I think we should have this in place, but when are they sending us more support?
Yeah.
And I just want to get on this.
I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah, and then it also has this very cool appendix that I didn't print out all the copies of the appendix, but if you're interested, Department of Justice did this. The appendix just shows all the different types of warrants, so that you can know. And I was like, this is super educational. And so, so that we can if we build this into, one of the requirements is that we train staff. The law says every other year. I put in our policy every year. We should do this every August. So that because not only so it'll be really hands-on training of how to recognize these warrants, how to read them, how to be prepared for them. And also it gets into a lot of the specifics of privacy rights of students, just for us to know in general. And so for us to just be really ready in case that ever happened. And then just to feel more knowledgeable and prepared. So I'd like to build it into, even we won't formally pass this until after our August training is over, but I also want to build it into this August.
I mean, I could put a second read on the August 15th executive session.
I think it needs to be a general closed session.
Okay.
It is okay, because we can do the training
Okay.
anyhow. Plus, I'm thinking maybe the Department of Ed is going to send something. Sometimes they send these things last minute that we need to make some adjustments. And then the highlighted section is just a question of do we get Three Rivers involved? And apparently in Oregon, there's no statewide rule. And I don't think our contract really specifies anything about immigration coming onto campus. So I need to reach out to the district and say are we required to contact you? Or maybe, are we allowed to contact you? Maybe we're not required, but could it be useful? Also,
Are they tracking this information?
Exactly.
Across the school system?
do we just notify you, or do we need to contact you before we do anything? So if they come on, so there's some questions, lingering questions that
I can see Three Rivers honestly, would rather not have to deal with them. I mean, seriously, just knowing them and working under them.
It seems like, how they have that notification system for the active shooter, that we weren't on their list.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm pretty sure they're gonna update that notification system for themselves for an ICE appearance. So if we ever get on that list of entities that are notified, we'll be able to share, but I do have a feeling we'll kind of be on our own, which is okay if we are really well trained and we know how to respond. Also, trying to reach the district, just picturing an ICE agent standing there, and we're hold on a second, we gotta talk to Dave on Swaylo and talk. If we instead know the law, know what the warrants look like, and then the other recourse is we should loop in our lawyer, that if we don't have this district that we go to, it would be our lawyer. And so we can make a call to our lawyer to confirm.
Absolutely.
And then I know also there's police officers that come to the local schools, and would they be a part of, I mean, you know what I mean? I would rather, I mean, I don't know, I'm just looking at what I see. Because
What do
they
you mean?
were here this summer, ICE agents were here.
What do you mean would the local SROs be a part of?
Well, when we call them,
I-
like we've got
Hold on a
immigration here.
No.
What if they were here asking for things that they legally can't have, and they don't have a warrant, do you then call the cops, like?
Right, what is
No.
that?
Just don't let them in the building.
Yeah. Stay in the ground.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
don't let them in.
Don't let
Don't let
them
them
in. And then what
It's really
if the
scary.
district then says, well, we have our, whoever they have hired to go to the different schools, we'll send them over.
Will they, to deal with the ice stations?
Uh,
Then that's on the district, but I don't
I'm just,
see our SROs getting involved.
Yeah,
with
because
confronting
I
the
am a
system.
federal agency.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not agency, I think that,
Yeah, there's
the thing to do is
nothing-
you don't let them in the door and you
Yeah,
don't give them any information.
You just calmly stand your ground and you don't let them.
Yeah, and I appreciate the policy has like very specific directions, so we'll have one designated teacher leader.
So
and I
this is
think
our first read, I
This is our
can't
first
really
read.
ponder this.
It'll either be me or Sarah, I'm thinking, and then as backup. Because I was the civil rights coordinator, and now she is, and I was like, basically, when she came on board, I handed her my civil rights coordinator, migrant learner support, multilingual support, and Native American support. And then those are kind of big jobs. And
Yeah.
so they actually recommend that the civil rights coordinator not get involved with ICE, because they're like, that's related to anti-discrimination policies.
Right.
So I feel like the one between the two of us, like I feel like very, like I would like to be that person.
Yeah, you make a lot of sense.
I
to
think
be
I
that
would like to
person.
be that person and with Sarah as backup, but I don't want to talk to her about it until, while she's dealing with baby and whatever, but.
did she have?
And so
Um,
maybe once we adopt this policy, we can all have like a brief training and like maybe an enactment thing.
Maybe laminate you
So
guys some cards, so we can
I
find some
mean-
little ice cards.
Well,
that
it's
cover-
true, because we, as a board, I think that's important, because we want to support whatever you do, because, you know, they're gonna ask us, do we know?
Exactly, and they're gonna be counting on us to not know the law,
That's
or
right.
to not know
Yeah,
which
that's
word
right.
is which, so.
Yeah,
I think
they
this
don't
is
know
a-
either, so you know,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't know.
Exactly. So yeah, so right now it says, yeah, one designated teacher leader and then a backup teacher leader. I didn't specify who, but I'm thinking it'll probably be that.
I'm really sad and frustrated that this is, even has to be a conversation.
It sucks, but you know what?
I don't even think we'd get gun reform before we had to talk about this.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
no.
Waka
I
waka.
have no funny feeling about this. These are- Okay.
The only there's positives working on the things of like, our students are much more interested in voting than they used to be.
Yeah.
And in the
That's right.
law and in the constitution, and
Yeah.
they're like,
You are
oh,
right.
this done, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, when we have complacency, why bother to read all the laws if
Yeah.
everything's gonna float fine?
Well,
So they're pretty much out there
apathy is
now.
lifting.
Yeah.
I think it's really important.
Well, I'm looking forward to reading that and taking all that in. Thank you. for getting that
Thanks for
together.
highlighting this for us.
Thank you, Katie.
Such a beautiful packet here. Good reading.
Okay, well, so future meetings, we've got the finance committee meeting at 6 p.m. on Thursday, August 6th. That's the finance committee meeting, 6 p.m.
Yes.
And then we have our executive session, which is 4:30 on Monday, August the 17th.
Yes, ma'am.
We also have, what else do we have going on? Oh, we scheduled the ad hoc committee meeting for the 13th at 2. That's
Yes.
right, there's the ad hoc, and then the September meeting, the 15th. And then September board meeting will be that Monday, September 7th.
And then also, could you
That's a holiday.
try to,
Oh,
yeah.
that's Labor Day.
Oh, that's Labor Day. Well,
Oh.
The 7th?
Yeah.
Yeah. That, why?
So,
That's why we're starting so late.
Do we want to change that? Do we wanna just do that? How do you guys feel?
Cause that would bump us out to the 14th.
Yeah. It would, yeah.
What about the 31st?
Is
First
this
school.
the first day of school?
I don't think that's
Not
right.
doing it.
Right, not close.
Because then if we pass some policies, maybe they'll actually be before we're so into the school year.
Right. I mean, I do like that idea.
What about September 1st? So you got the first.
I mean, and that, I'm okay with that too. I'm not dead set on Mondays.
Yeah, what day is the first?
The first is a Tuesday.
Well,
Tuesday.
that would work for me. How do you guys feel about
I
it?
feel great about it.
Are you guys okay, Ryan?
Yeah.
And what
It's
do
a
you
little
decide?
slow.
That's
This
our
is our board
regular
meeting, that's our
September.
regular board meeting. We're gonna do it the first of September at 4:30, which is a Tuesday. We might need reminders.
Yeah.
At 4:30?
Yeah. And then also let's remember that orientation is the 27th.
Yeah.
From 6 to 7 September, we think.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right, okay. We did it.
We did it.
Party on.
Adjourn. We adjourn. We are adjourning at 6:31.
So, Jared, here's my meeting.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll get it, hang on.
So it looks like the process for me getting my Oregon credential right now, they are reviewing ones up through June 18th.